Hey guys, this is Vijay Benakal at Vijay's Tennis, where it is all things tennis. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about adult tennis rackets. And this video actually might even suit the people who just want to know either terminologies of what certain things about a racket actually means, or maybe you're looking for an upgrade or your new racket or your next racket. So you probably may want to stick around for this video. I'm going to be going through all of my notes in my phone, talking to you about head size, string patterns, weight, which is static weight, swing weight, balance, and stiffness. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So when looking for rackets or understanding different terminologies, it can really actually make your head spin around. There's a lot of brands and models to really choose from, and each of them have different materials or unique designs. But the first thing that we're going to talk about is head size. So head size is how big or small the sweet spot is. So if we're looking at your racket head, this is the sweet spot, right? So this is the sweet spot. So head size is either comes in big size, small size. Now the bigger the head size is, more chances of you not mishitting the ball. But if the smaller the head size, it's harder to hit at the sweet spot perfectly. Head sizes can go in either centimeters squared or square inches. Me personally, I like to follow square inches. And in today's Australian market, when it comes to tennis rackets, head sizes are between 90 square inches to 120 square inches. For the 100 to 120 square inches, the head sizes are probably more suitable for the beginners, but also intermediates as well. There are even a few advanced players that are using 100 square inch head size, mostly at the max, or for experienced players or advanced players, 98 square inches or below is where it really is at if you're an experienced player. So 105 square inches or above is considered oversized, like I said, which gives you more bigger sweet spot and loads of power. 104 square inches to 95 is considered mid-plus head sizes, giving you control and power together. 95 square inch head size, which is considered mid-heads, which provide you control, sometimes feel, but will lack a little bit of power. Next topic, we'll talk about string patterns. Now, string patterns, there's a variety of string patterns out there in Australia's market, but I'm going to take two examples of those out of like 10 plus. So there's 16 by 19 and there's 18 by 20. So looking at my tennis racket here, you can see I have blue strings going up and down, and I have clear strings going side to side. So when you see terms like 16 by 19, so we're going to use that string pattern as an example. So 16 is the first number, by 19, which is the second number. So the first number indicates how many main strings. So it's the blue ones, which obviously go up, down. So main strings, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. The second number indicates the cross strings, how many cross strings there are. So it's the clear ones, which is side to side, or 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So now that you understand what 16 by 19 means, and it goes the same thing with any string pattern. The first number is the main strings, and the second number is cross strings. So how many mains and how many crosses. When we talk about what it really actually does is the fewer the strings are, the more open string pattern it is, which provides you more spin. The most or a lot of amount of strings on the racket is typically a closed or a tight pattern, which gives you more control and a little bit of lack of spin. Now you can generate spin, but not as much as you would with, like, for an instance, an 18-17 or a 16 by 19. So now we're going to talk about weight. So weight is how heavy the racket actually is. And there are actually two types of weights. The first weight that we'll talk about is static weight. So basically, how heavy is it? Like as a standalone. So you mostly see on your rackets specifications on the frame. You can find it somewhere on your racket. And the details that are explained on your frame or the frame of the racket, it will have unstrung weight, meaning there's no strings and just a replacement grip, no overgrip or no dampener included. Now, when you're looking at the static weight, so this is basically how heavy it is in your hand, right? So basically you hold it or you can put it on a weighing scale. It goes between at least 260 grams to 340 grams in adult tennis rackets. So now that obviously leads into swing weight. So I believe swing weight is more important. So swing weight is basically either you're hitting a forehand, hitting a serve, or hitting a backhand. It's how heavy it is when you swing. So swing weight determines how heavy it is when you swing through. However, with swing weight, it's very difficult to find the exact details of that, considering it's part of the industry that knows those details. Or if, let's say, you want to order a tennis racket at a shop or online, it should give you details saying swing weight. Or if that doesn't really give you an accurate information, you could try to take it to a shop where they have a special swing weight machine, or known as a racket tuning machine, which measures swing weight. So it basically, you just hook it onto a machine and it'll just do this, and it'll just give you a reading of how heavy the swing weight is. Now, why does weight matter? So the lighter the racket it is, the more easy it is to generate speed and spin. The heavier the racket it is, the more drag and difficult it is to maintain the speed of the swing, but it does give you power and stability. So what is stability? Stability is when, so for example, I'll show it to you kind of this way. So stability is when I make contact to the ball, depending on what racket you test or look for, it sometimes when you hit, even if you hit it perfectly, sometimes it'll twist in your hands, for example. Like it doesn't feel stable. So that's what stability is. And if you choose in between the heavy or a light swing weight or weights, you will get the best of both worlds when it comes to generating speed and spin or having power and stability. With beginners, typically you would want a lighter racket, whereas experienced levels, you would want it heavy or slightly heavy. Because if you're playing tournaments, you generally want to make sure that you handle the opponent's pace. So, for example, their spin, their power. Will that racket be able to adapt or return balls back with ease? So basically those kind of examples. And when we talk about swing weight at around 330 grams swing weight with strings and grips, obviously. That is 330 or higher, that's considered high swing weight. If it's 310, that will be considered, or 310 or below, sorry. So 310 or below, that is considered low swing weight. In adult rackets, when it comes to swing weight, it generally goes between 280 grams to 350. Balance. So balance is where all the balance and all the weight is in a particular part of the racket. Balance is also an important one. So you'll hear usually terms like head light or head heavy. So head light is where all the balance and all the weight is in the handle and not in the head. That's why it means head light. But let's say all the weight and the balance goes in this part of the racket right here, then that means it's head heavy. So this is head heavy, and this is head light. And this is basically even. What does that mean to you? So if it's head light, right, that means it will provide you control. Okay? If it is head heavy, then that means it's going to give you power. And if it's even or slightly between that, then you get a mixture of both of those, power and control. Stiffness. So stiffness, you have to actually test this out yourself personally. There is a rating that is known as RNA or RA stiffness, but only the industries or tennis shops will have that information. It's not going to be found on your racket at all, so you should probably do some research to basically tell you if it is stiff or not as stiff. But also, even if the rating says it is low stiffness, high stiffness, whatever, make sure you test it out in court to actually figure out if that is the right sort of comfort for you. Now, when we talk about RA stiffness, in today's Australian market, the numbers go between 50 to 70 RA stiffness rating. And 50 is considered low in stiffness, going up to 70, it's higher levels of stiffness. So, the lower the stiffness it is, it provides feel and control, which is suitable for people who have tennis elbow, arm issues, arm fatigue, or just for people who don't like particularly a lot of vibration. Higher levels of stiffness, it provides power. However, for some, you could find it a little bit more, a bit too firm or less comfortable. So if you do have arm issues and all that, then it's probably not right for you. So yeah, and those are the key topics that we've really talked about in this video. There you have it. Those are all the topics that you need to know about rackets, and hopefully this will give you a bit of insight and information of what you want to look for in your next racket, or you just want to learn terminologies of what is stiffness, what is swing weight, what is weight, all those sorts of stuff that we talked about in this video. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button, leave a comments down below, and yeah, this video has been recorded a couple of days before Christmas, so before I end this, I really want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year for 2022. Thank you for supporting my channel and watching my videos. It's unbelievable. I've been keeping an eye of all the views that I've been getting on each of my videos that I've, uploaded, and yeah, it's quite a surprise to me. So, all I want to say is all the best, take it easy, have a great one, and peace out.